What's up, scrappy peeps? I am up on the Crafty Maven this week with Art Party Friday, whoop whoop, and today I'm doing a layout in my art journal, and I'm kind of cheating, I will tell you that. This girl is a girl that I've already drawn before, and I traced her face, and I'm just copying it again because I wasn't in the mood to be all precise with my drawing. I just wanted to get messy and have some fun with colours, and I think this is a great tip, even especially for those people who are starting with art journaling, but also for people who art journal a lot. Sometimes you can cheat. It's okay to cheat. You can trace things that you've already done before that you liked and redo them. So before I started this video, I did gesso my page with some white gesso, and I just used my coloured pencil, then my Prismacolor, to just do a really rough outline of some hair. And I'm using some matte gel medium to stick down this gorgeous Tim Holtz tissue paper stuff that I just love, and I could easily put on every single freaking layout. I could do that very, very easily. So when I first saw the inspiration piece for this week, I was a bit, ooh, because if you know me, especially if you watch me on my other channel, Inky Quill, you will know that I'm not a huge fan of green or yellow. And there was a lot of green and yellow in that inspiration piece. So I did do hints of green. You'll be proud of me if you know me. I did do hints of green, but I did kind of go towards that turquoisey tone a little bit more. So really from the inspiration piece, I mainly took the colors, and I was kind of looking at the bottom right, I think it's the bottom right, image, which had a lot of white space in it as well. And so what I did then, I used some old washi tapes that I had little bits left over. Oh, it was my camera falling. I had a few camera problems this week. But yeah, I just used some washi tape and stuck them down where I could. And those circle pieces are from the December Scraptastic kit. And I thought I'll use them in this because they were green and yellow, and I wasn't going to use them on a scrapbook page, honestly. So then I used a blue paint dauber and a couple of distress stains, which are just ink in little daubery bottle things, and I'm just working on her hair. So if you watched my scrap stream over on Inky Quill, you will know the shake 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 your hearty shine song, and don't fear, I was singing it while I was shaking up that hearty shine. So I did some, I think it's butter, the yellow one, and the teal. And I like to just pat it with my paper towel roll just to take some of that liquid out and to make it dry faster, pretty much. So now I'm going to work on my girl's face, and I made her have a pointy ear. I kind of thought she was a bit pixie-like, a bit, you know, like a floaty fairy person. That's what I was going for with this layout. Very technical. So I'm just using some Prismacolors just to do some scribbly lines, because I've been liking the look of the pencil lines underneath watercolor, and they don't really smudge out very much, but you can use a water brush and kind of smudge them out very slightly. And then I got my Prima watercolor pencils and just adding some of the skin tones. I have 3 packs of these Prima watercolor pencils, and they're fabulous. I really enjoy using them, but I don't know which set's which, so I kind of mix the colors around and they get a bit mixed up. So I'm just adding some water with my water brush. I really recommend getting a water brush. I picked up mine, I think, for about $8 or so. They're not too expensive. It just makes watercoloring and painting so much easier and less messy, I find, as well, because I always drip water all over my stuff, all over. And you can see my little flyaways in the bottom corner there. Adding some more Prismacolor pencil lines, and then going over the top with the watercolor. And I added a lot of like mauvey tones to this girl's face because she was a bit magical, a bit, you know, ethereal, so I thought it kind of worked. And I've been looking at Jane Davenport's girls a lot, so I've been enjoying the purple undertone to the face. So anywho, how are you all going? How's your art journaling going? I'd love to see in the comments below who does do art journaling, because it's something that I've only just gotten into. I only got into it after I went to a retreat in, I think it was July last year. Yeah, I think about July. And I'm really, really loving it. So this is my second art journal. I finished my first one. My first one was a bit of an experimental one. And so this one I've decided I'm going to try and do a face on every page and change up the styles. But I do kind of have a set style, I think. These whimsical kind of girls that with blues and pinks and gold, and it's kind of my thing. So now I'm just adding some more of those watercolor pencils in messy lines with a free wrist. That's the technique I've been hearing a lot about. So just kind of letting your wrist do the movement instead of moving your fingers, letting your wrist move and keeping your fingers still, if that makes sense. Have a try next time you're doing your art journaling. Have a try doing swishy lines, moving your wrist and not your fingers. It'll make sense when you're doing it, believe me. So now I'm just adding some Dina Wakley white paint just to kind of tone down that music note paper, because I wanted to keep my background quite white, but it was just too bold. So it just calmed it down a little bit. Adding some more hiiiii Shine splatters and drying. I did cut out a lot of drying time. I do like to dry between most of my layers. There goes my camera again. It's a very, very, I guess you would call it fragile setup, my camera. It really is. This stamp set, I think it's Winnie and Walter, and I've never used it, but they had these gorgeous little sequins in it. It's an older stamp set, and I just started putting them in her hair, and it looks so pretty. You can't really tell on camera, but they have a bit of a shine to them, and it just gives a bit of a magical quality, I think, to her flowing locks. So I just added a lot of them everywhere. And I'm definitely going to use my stamps more in my art journaling, especially ones like that are just small, little, very versatile little stamps. You could do the same effect with, I'm sure you might have a stamp set in your stash that has little hearts or stars or little circles, just a small design that you can repeat over and over again. I think that's just a nice little adding little element to your art journal page. So now, this was a slight fail. I'm using my Amy Tan roller stamp and some yellow ink, and I hadn't cleaned my stamp properly, of course, so it was a bit black yellow, but it's all right. See over there, you can see the black bits on it, but that's okay. So now I've decided to go with the quote, "Vibes speak louder than words," and I'm just freehanding it with some black Parker ink and a paintbrush. And I'm just going for it. I haven't measured it out. I don't know if it will fit. It's just I don't do the whole measuring my script font thing. It just never works for me because I go off course. I don't work well with guidelines. So I'm just going for it. I really like this quote. I have a, I messed up the O, so the O had to become thicker. I have a Pinterest board that's just all quotes, and I like to use that, open it up when I'm doing my art journaling, and find some little quotes to put in. And I needed something that wasn't too long with this one as well. So yeah, I just wanted something in her hair. I thought it would look nice. I really like that W. That W worked out well. W's are hard for me. The hardest letter I would have to say is S and R. I can't do that cursive R that people do. It's too backwards in my head. I can't make it work. But yes, I do struggle with some letters. So I think I'm almost finished, but then I changed my mind and I decided it needs some gold hiiiii Shine, because you know what in life doesn't need gold hiiiii Shine, really? And you'll see at the end I do my little finishing hands and then take that back and put some more gold hiiiii Shine on, because that bit in the middle above speak is just irking me. It's just not right. So now I'm adding some white to her bottom lip and smudging it with my finger just to blend it out a little bit, because I'm so technical and use my fingers a lot. And I added some white paint to her hair and then got it all in the black ink, smushed that around a little bit. And I thought it needed a bit of white highlighting, so my white gel pen has gone walking. So what I did is I just mixed the white acrylic paint with some water and splattered it. So that was my little finishing, my premature finishing hands, I guess you could say. And I just did a couple of stray hairs with the watercolor pencils and kind of blended it in a little bit and smudged it and just tried to make it work, but it just needed a little bit of color or something up there. And I did some big splatters. I wasn't expecting them to be that big, but hey, it worked. It's there. And I like that the words kind of now fade into her hair. It doesn't look like the words are sitting right on top. There's color on top of them. So yeah, quite a fan of this one. I really do like it a lot. So thanks for watching, guys, and please check out the Crafty Maven Getaway blog and Facebook page. You'll be able to see a lot more information on there, and coming up are some photos. So I hope you have a lovely weekend. This is my second last video, I think, for the Crafty Maven Getaway. But I will see you very, very soon. Dancing hands. Oh, flowy hands, Adele. Yep, flowy hands. Stay tuned for some photos, guys. Bye!